anyone. Now, what are the factors that support gender violence? Dun sa nauna nating lesson, we talk about the different theories that try to explain the different, or explain why gender differentiation and gender discrimination occur. So, here are the different factors that support gender violence. We have these cultural factors, political factors, legal factors, and economic factors. Notice that I put a circle, okay, because oftentimes, kagaya ng mga types ng gender-based violence, all of these are in play whenever we experience gender violence in the community or whenever we see gender violence occurring in the community. So, itong apat na to, they go hand in hand. Okay? They go hand in hand, and because of the presence of this, nagkakaroon ng gender violence. Okay? So, let us look at the cultural factors. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. Rather, this is just an introductory list. You can still find more when you study in college. So, let us look at the cultural factors. Pag sinabi natin culture, it refers to our way of life, which includes our belief system, customs, and traditions. So, the question that we will ask ourselves, anong meron sa ating paniniwala, sa ating customs, sa ating traditions, sa ating culture na nagsusupport nitong gender-based violence? Ano meron sa ating buhay? So, these are some of the identified manifestations of gender violence because of our culture, because of our way of life. Okay? So, we have the patriarchal and sexist society. I think you are all familiar when we speak of patriarchal. Pag sinabi natin patriarchal, we refer here to a form of society where we place special recognition to men. Okay? It is a way of life in the society where we put emphasis, where we put value at the roles played by men to the detriment, okay, tatandaan nyo na, patriarchal and sexist, okay, it's a way of life wherein we put special emphasis on the value of men to the detriment of women and other persons belonging to a different gender, sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation. So, because of the patriarchal system and a sexist society, okay, it reinforces gender violence. Of course, we have different gender stereotypes and prejudices. Okay, this is an essential outcome of a patriarchal and sexist society, because our society thinks that men are more important. Yan, lumalabas itong iba't ibang gender stereotypes and prejudices, which, of course, and again, to the detriment of women. Okay? Then we also have this normative expectation for boys, for girls, or for both sexes. So, pag babae, ganito ang gagawin mo. Pag lalaki, ganito ang gagawin mo. Pag lalaki, ganito ang trabaho mo. Pag babae, ganito ang trabaho mo. So, this all forms our culture. Ito yung kultura natin, ito yung paniniwala natin, ito yung ating kasanayan, ito yung ating tradisyon. Okay? At dahil itong ating tradition, patriarchal and sexist society, nagpe-prevail itong mga gender stereotypes and different prejudices that we have, again, to the detriment of women and to the detriment of other persons who do not identify themselves, okay? Who do not identify themselves dun sa binary system of classification, of classifying gender ay gender. Diba? Yung male-female, no? Merong iba pa. Next, political. Pag sinabi natin political, it refers to the government and public affairs of a country. Now, sama-sama ito or kaakma ito or kakabit ito ng ating patriarchal system. Okay? Kaya nga, ito ang mga nangyayari. Women are underrepresented in the government. And LGBTQ, mas lalo na, are also underrepresented in the government. Okay, so if you will look at the statistics, ilang babae lamang ang narito sa ating pamahalaan. Ilang members ng LGBTQ++ ang kasama sa pamahalaan. And kapag wala sila sa pamahalaan, okay, there are no opportunities for us to shape public policies that will help them live a better life. Okay, there will be no policies. Bakit? Kasi walang representative sila doon sa gobyerno, doon sa nagpapatakbo sa pamahalaan. Okay? And basically, this is the result again of a patriarchal and sexist society. So, sino ba ang hinihahalal natin? Mas marami pa rin ang lalaking na ihahalal. Okay? And dahil doon, yung perspective nila, okay, is different from the perspective of women and LGBTQ++. And therefore, kung walang representative or they are underrepresented, kung konti lang yung representative nila sa government, then there will be limited to no opportunities to shape policies that will help them achieve a better life compared to men. Again, itong political factors na to, kakabit pa rin ito ng ating cultural way of, or ating culture, or ng ating way of life, ating way of thinking. And because there is a lack of people from, say, women and the LGBTQ++ in the government, of course, at play din itong legal factors. Kasi sino bang gumagawa ng mga batas? People in the government. Okay? At dahil they are underrepresented, kukunti lang yung batas. Okay? And napapansin natin ito sa iba't ibang mga batas na mayroon tayo, hindi lang sa ating bansa, ganun din sa iba't iba pang panig ng mundo, kung saan nakikita na kapag ang babae halimbawa ay na-rape, it is because they are, kumbaga sila yung nag-attract ng crime against themselves. Diba? Hot topic ito ngayon sa Facebook. Pag may na-rape, sabihin yung babae ang may kagagawan. Kung bakit siya na-rape? Because that girl or that woman was wearing what you call this, revealing clothes. Diba? So, basically, nagkakaroon ng problema culturally and then politically, and because they are underrepresented in politics, there comes these legal problems. Okay? So, there is this absence of laws that will protect rights of women and also LGBTQ++. Now, maswerte tayo sa Pilipinas because marami-rami ng batas ang naipapasa para sa kabutihan at kapakanan ng mga kababaihan at ng mga kasapi ng LGBTQ++. Pero sa ibang panig ng mundo, hindi pa rin maswerte ang mga kababaihan at ang mga kasapi ng LGBTQ+. The next one is economic factors. Pag sinabi natin economics, it refers to provisions for livelihood or panghanap buhay. So, mapapansin natin, there are still few opportunities for women, more so LGBTQ++. So, sa isa sa mga activities ninyo, maghahanap kayo ng statistics tungkol sa women na may trabaho compared to LGBTQ, compared to men. So, there are few opportunities for women, lalo tigit for LGBTQ++. Diba? And then, bahagi pa rin ito ng ating kultura na naniniwala tayo na women ought to stay at home to take care of their families. Now, again, tulad ng sinabi ko sa umpisa, these factors are interrelated. Okay? Kagaya ng mga types of gender-based violence, interrelated din itong mga factors na ito. Okay? Now, just a little a review of what gender discrimination is. It is a form of discrimination. It occurs when the basis of discrimination is on gender. It is the result of strict adherence to gender roles identified by the society. So when there is distinction, exclusion, restriction, and preference that is based on one's sex, one's gender, one's sexual orientation, sexual identity, and gender identity, then nagkakaroon ng gender-based discrimination.